Should I be worried?
Riley.
I think you know what is on the ship. The ultimate predators.
The Predator is technically the fourth movie in the Predator series. However, if we're including Alien vs. Predator, this is the sixth Predator-related movie since the original 1987 Predator starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. This Predator is directed by Shane Black, who was in the original Predator, and stars Boyd Holbrook as Quinn, a sniper who witnesses the crash landing of an alien ship and subsequently its alien pilot, and is then detained in an attempt to keep him silent about what he saw. Along the way, he meets a group of military misfits and a biologist, played by Olivia Munn, who all work together to bring down the Predator and the much larger Predator that is hunting it. And hilarity ensues. I like Shane Black. He's done some really good stuff, including Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, and The Nice Guys. And of those movies, Iron Man 3 might actually be the worst of the bunch, and I really enjoyed it. And somewhere in the depths of this movie is a really good one too. Unfortunately, that movie isn't this movie. No, this movie is a jumbled mess with a few good scenes that hint at something better, but ultimately feels like either a lot got left on the cutting room floor, or the job was half-hearted and rushed. There are a number of cuts that leave you wondering what you just missed. For example, there's a scene with a pit bull and a football field. Stuff happens and the characters move away from the football field without the pit bull. Right in the middle of the next scene, we get maybe a 2-second long shot of the aforementioned pit bull running across the football field. It has zero connection to anything that is currently happening on the screen, and our characters are now nowhere near the field. And we never see the dog again. What? It's like a cinematography 101 editing mistake. And the plot, let's just say that space aliens are not the only science fiction in this movie. There are two, I guess you could call them subplots, that when introduced, make you wonder if the writers were just picking ideas out of a hat and then finding ways to string them together. The biggest complaint that seems to be going around is that The Predator is less a sci-fi suspense thriller and more a sci-fi action comedy. While that is most certainly the case, there were a surprising number of laughs throughout this movie, I would have been totally on board had the whole sci-fi part not sucked as bad as it did. There's plenty of action, albeit jumbled and difficult to follow action, but there are no surprises and very little in the way of suspense. I mentioned that Somewhere in this movie is an actual good movie, and I stand by that statement. The chemistry between Quinn and his impromptu merry band of misfits was, in my opinion, fantastic. I would love to see a straight-up action comedy movie based on this exact group of characters with all the same actors. Spoilers, if continuity matters, then that can't happen, but I would be more than willing to completely forget that this movie ever happened if it meant them making that movie. In the end, The Predator is a disappointment, but I can't help but feel there are reasons for it that were out of Black's control, and of course the actors simply did the best they could with what they had. I'm giving The Predator 2 out of 5 stars. I can't recommend seeing it in the theater, but it might be worth a once through at some point. Have you seen The Predator yet? What's your favorite non-1987 Predator movie? Let's talk about it in the comments, and as always, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here next week with another review.